Hey guys, real quick. I was wanting to try to wait for the moon to come down, but been monitoring this thing and ever since close to 9 p.m. I think that's when I popped on here. This thing's been showing pretty well above the horizon. Was maybe a little higher than, but it hasn't moved that much. Been trying to wait for the moon to come down into frame, but it's still hanging out up here. As I showed you on Stellarium yesterday, maybe I should better pull that up again. Okay, I dialed up Stellarium here. This is for that exact location. And I don't have a lot of time, so I got to run to the airport and pick my daughter up. But here's where the moon is. You see I got the location punched up, same spot. This beach break right around, that's France there, close enough. I punched up the horizon and the ecliptic. There's the moon, still above the horizon. This is the current time, showing down here, date and time. You can see same deal here, date and time. Of course, they're a few hours off because this is France time, 4:14. They're 6 hours ahead of me, Eastern Standard Time. So I'm 10:15 p.m. here. It says 4:15 a.m. there. So there's our object. The moon's still up here somewhere above the horizon. I'm gonna have to catch it on a different time to catch them both in frame together, it looks like. So let me show you Larry one more time. See, there it is. And here's that object. It's either a planet, the big planet that passed ACE, I would guess. I don't think it's the one that passed the Himawari 8 and the GOES 16 weather satellites at the 22,236 foot, 36 mile, rather geosynchronous orbit back on October 16th is when I first spotted them. And they couldn't have gotten into view much sooner than that, I don't think. But that one's still lighting up Antarctica, and I pulled that up the other couple days ago on a video. I showed you that Antarctica is staying lit 24/7, and I checked yesterday, it still was. So there you have that. Here's the latest space weather run. Uh, they updated this. It's continuing to run. You'll see it's going to go all pastel on us here. Once it gets past the 416 mark on 1120, these two are synced. I got these three synced. This was when we had one high-speed event here, wind speed, and this is solar wind speed being measured by these geosynchronous satellites, the 22,236 mile mark above the Earth. It goes 13 and 14, and the 15's up there as well. So these wind speed numbers, 1,276 kilometers per second, which is roughly 400 kilometers a second is a million miles, close to it, not quite. So that's about 3 million, yeah, 400, yeah, so that's about 3 million miles per hour. We got nothing near that on Discover. As you can see, here's the last 24 hours. We're catching some gaps here. I don't know what's up with that. I checked the data. It doesn't look like it's a data gap. So there might be another little object up there blocking some data in front of Discover and ACE. Showing some couple gaps on ACE, but they're I think maybe less than an hour. 122 UTC to, come on cursor, to 149. So it's like a 47-minute gap. So it's some small object up there around the L1 Lagrange point, I would guess. It's blocking the data collection. I mean, it can't be that small. It's probably some other type of moon, or maybe a big part of the debris field from Nibiru. Pull up the solar ham description, space weather tutorial in the description box. You can see the phi angle. We've pretty much had a steady connection with something behind the Earth, which is no doubt Nemesis or Hercolubus, whatever you want to call it, a binary twin sun to our sun. Now you can see that anything above 180 indicates a connection with something behind the Earth. You can see these numbers: 338, 336, 356, 373. I mean, they don't even have 0 on here anymore, because 0 is supposed to be an Earth to Sun connection. 180 is supposed to be a Sun to Earth connection. They don't even have 0 anymore. They bumped it up to 40 and then up to 400 instead of 0 to 360, because they want to track what these connections are behind the Earth. So, I mean, all the evidence is there, guys. Now we even have, I mean, this is pretty convincing. Now I look for some other sky cams over there in France, West France, Brittany, and whatever. And I had a couple loaded up, but when I pulled them up tonight, they aren't showing the shots that would be relevant. There's like 4 hours missing time, 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever. I mean, I'll keep looking. If you guys find something, drop a link in the comment section, please. Okay, so we had a small high-speed solar wind event. Didn't last long. At 11:21, that's still today, UTC 2311. So it would have been already passed. Of course, UTC is like 4 or 5 hours ahead. So there it is there, 1276, 1203, 1005. Goes to 829. Then it goes back up to 989. So it looks like there was something else going to be getting started here. And you can see there's the pastels, and then it just went back to the beginning. See, it's back at the beginning of the roll there. But here we go. So there's the 416 on 1120. That's when everything went pastel on us again. See, 1120, 416. And we had that missing time I showed you on the these 3 ISWA magnetospheres. It also was missing on here as well. Well, maybe not, because that was from 13 to 17, I think, something like that. It doesn't look like it was missing on here. But anyway, I'm running out of time. 11:20, 10:20. Try to sync these back up again. Okay, they're pretty well synced. Okay, so then here we'll pull this through. So that's when the high speed event came, 1276. You can see all the pressure building up behind here. See the magnetopause getting crumpled up. Got that false bow shock out in front now too, and of course we've had one behind for quite a while to ward off all this electron volt pressure coming from Nemesis or Hercolubus, whatever you want to call it. Now we have the planet out in front of the Earth, so we get a secondary bow shock that's extending well beyond the normal 10 Earth radii out to 15. And you can see it getting crumpled up sometimes from the magnetic pressure from that other planet in front of the Earth. If you get it on full screen, click this box over here. You can see some of the purples in here. And then this is right when it went to 989, the end of the run, 130, 136. And you can see we got something going on again. Looks like there's a break here. See how it broke? So that's probably a huge energy bleed going on. But unfortunately, that's the latest I could get on the run. So here's the high speed one when it's first started. So was it 23 something? There it is. That was when we got to 1276 or around about thereabouts. And it ejected. Most of it turned into blue IMF field lines indicating that connection to something back here, and of course a lot of black ones. Look how strong these black ones are. I still say they're gaining strength from this planet out in front, giving it some magnetic strength to our Earth, because you can see the void here. There's the void, big void, so I think there's some magnetic strength being transferred when there's those big voids like that. No field lines, they're broke. So that tells me there's like a direct connect there, maybe, even though we're not seeing like a field line connecting out. But look at this. I mean, here's the closed field lines. Then we got these black polar cap field lines looping out to try to help out to ward off this thing that's in front of the planet. I mean, this is huge, how much that's extending in front of the planet. So there it is again there. There's the 989. Which is that's when the end of the run quit. So that's basically it, guys. Take a look at this again, see if the moon showed up yet. I think the moon's maybe right around in here somewhere. It's probably still up a little bit higher. According to Stellarium, this is the horizon, and since this is a beach shot, a water shot, it's not that far off the horizon at this point, the moon. So, still probably up here, or it's behind this cloud now. We just can't see it. But clearly, that's a planet or a moon from the big planet that passed ACE, I would have to say, unless there's another one, which there probably is. I mean, it may or may not be the one I've been talking about, the past ACE with the moons. Could be another one, because I know I've seen several in some of those Alaska FAA webcams. But anyway, I'm going to have to cut this one a little bit short, even though I rambled on for almost 13 minutes. So God bless, peace, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow out, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving.